podcast. We're actually going live, and this is very cool. I haven't done a live in a little while, but I wanted to jump on very quickly and to share a little bit of exciting news, at least from my perspective. As many of you know, I am the producer of the Audacious Living podcast, and we are on the verge of something very, very special. It's July 31st, uh, 2025, and we are on the verge of launching, as of tomorrow, our 500th episode, which is an amazing accomplishment, a huge big deal. We are so excited. There's a lot of work that's gone on to make this happen. 500 episodes is a really big deal. So I'm extremely proud of for a whole host of reasons. In fact, when I look sort of the origin of the podcast, it was really about encouraging audacity and encouraging that audacious spirit and wanting everyone to grab hold and do their part, and so to be able to do that and to get the kind of feedback that we've gotten, which has been so amazing. People have appreciated. I get DMs and direct messages and comments and all that kind of great stuff, and people just really appreciating the type of content we're putting out there, which warms my heart, because when I look at the origin of that of the podcast, it was birthed out of the pandemic. I mean, we all know in 2020, what the state of our world was. I can tell you from my perspective, at that time I was the commissioner of the National Basketball League of Canada, and we all know what happened to mass gatherings. So when you're commissioner of a sports league, you are limited as to what you can do when everything got shut down the way it did back then. And so I know for me, it took me kind of a bit of a spiral. I would even say, whenever I reflected on this in the past, I defined it as excuse me, mild depression. But there was nothing mild about it at all. I was going through it like everyone was. We were all struggling to make sense of what was happening. We didn't know. We had no idea. We just had to go with what we knew, which was sit and chill and wait. And that's kind of what it was. And during that time, I know for myself personally, I experienced a sense of loss. And I know I'm not alone. I've talked to many people who went through very similar experiences, and the sense of loss was very real. And so I knew at that time I wanted to get out of it, and I wanted to kind of get out of that funk I was in. Some days I was lethargic, didn't want to get out of bed, but I knew that I had to kind of keep pushing forward. And that's essentially the impetus for how this podcast started. I wanted to provide something as a way of encouraging others, as well as encouraging myself. So as much as I was doing this for others, this podcast, give me a second here. Oh yeah, give me a second. Sorry for that. As much as I was doing it for myself, for others, I was also doing it for myself. And so that's how the Audacious podcast was birthed and formed. And it's been an incredible ride since then. And so, to be able to share with all of you that the 500th episode drops tomorrow. That's 10, 500, keep going till we get there. The 500th episode drops tomorrow, which is a really big deal, something I'm really excited about. And again, I want to express my appreciation to all of you for sharing, being a part of the journey, for tuning, for listening in, for liking, for giving me a thumbs up, the encouraging words. It all goes towards something, all means something, and I want to thank all of you for that support. It truly does mean the world to me, and quite frankly, I couldn't have reached this milestone. We couldn't have reached this milestone with all of you. So I really want to acknowledge my community, my listeners. I've had some amazing guests who come by and really wanted to share and be a part. I mean, sometimes I get a little emotional because I get guests who are just excited and looking forward to and want to be a part of what we're building. And so it's really nice. I think back to episode number one. That was the Honorable Jean Augustine here in Canada. She was the first Black woman to be a member of Parliament at the federal government level, and so that was a really big deal. And I remember talking to her about legacy and impact. She shared her humble roots and what it meant to her to be able to reach a level and be able to inspire those behind her. And so it was a beautiful conversation. I really think that conversation set up, the other 499 episodes after that, because they've all been fantastic. Countless insights, countless wisdom, countless knowledge that's been shared. I've had people numerous times will come to me and say, "Hey, what was your favorite episode, or who's your favorite guest?" And it's impossible to pinpoint to just one because they've all been special, they've all been fantastic, and I've really, really appreciated each and every single one of them. Maybe kind of depending on where I am emotionally and what I need in that moment, I might be able to identify something specifically. But they've all just been awesome. If you're subscribers to my YouTube channel, you know what we've done is we've created playlists by themes. And so when you got 500 episodes, there's a lot of content, right? And there's a lot of different topics to discuss. And so we probably got about 20 different playlists and broken down by theme, whether it's on resiliency, motivation, some of the inspiring stories that's been shared, managing relationships. There's a playlist on career advice. There's a whole host of things that are out there that people can tap into at their leisure. What works for them, by all means, the content is there, and I encourage you to peruse and check it out. It's been, like I said, it's been a great journey. I very much appreciated being a part of the process. Again, as much as I started this podcast because I wanted to encourage other people, I found that I've walked with so many learnings, so many lessons, so many awesome connections and friends people who I've befriended and formed relationships with. And again, it's just been a special time. And here's the thing. Yes, it's 500 episodes, and yes, for sure, it's a big deal. I mean, I remember hearing someone once talk about podcast. The average podcast makes the 10 episodes. I'm going, well, I got 500, so I mean, what does that mean? So it is a huge achievement. But here is the thing that I really think is important to understand is, I've got something called the BOLD framework. You'll see over my shoulder there, and the BOLD it's an acronym, and the B stands for better than yesterday. And the concept behind that is no matter how great your achievements are today, you can always outdo that. You can always take it to a higher level. You can always do more than you did the day before. So think of the idea of climbing a mountain, right? So I climbed this mountain today. I feel great about it, and absolutely, you should celebrate your achievements. You should feel proud of yourself. You should pat yourself on the back. But that only lasts for so long because it's a new day, and that new day you have an opportunity to climb a higher mountain, right? And there's always another level. There's always a higher mountain that's available for us to go after and tackle. And so I share this because yes, as great as 500 episodes is, and as much to be proud of and much to be appreciative of, there's still more. I can get to 1,000, and then 1,500, and then 2,000. So there's always more to go after, but it doesn't take away from the moment. So this we will celebrate today. We'll have a great time. We'll enjoy ourselves, but recognize that there's lots more to do, and there's lots more growth. Learning, and again, the connections I talked about, it's amazing. The impact it's had on community. I've heard so many people talk about overcoming challenges. A little behind the scenes, a little inside ball, if you will, I'll share with you is that I receive on a regular basis tons and tons of requests for guests to want to be a part of the podcast, and I've got to navigate those. And there's we're launching the 500th episode tomorrow. I can promise you, there's so much more content that hasn't even seen the light of day yet because there just hasn't had the opportunity to share that with all of you. But do know that there is more to come, and this is as a result of people who are excited, who not only just want to be a part of the podcast, but also wanted to be excited. They're excited about being able to share with this community, this audacious community, if you will. And so that's very special, and it means a lot to me personally, because again, when I look at where this started, and the intent was to be able to share, and not only am I doing that, people are also others that want to be part of this journey and jump on the audacious train and take it where it's going. And so really happy about that. Again, the 500th episode will drop tomorrow, and I encourage you to check it out. We'll sort of take a look back and hear back from some of our previous guests and hear some of the enlightening things that they've had to share. We'll definitely find some time for some laughs. There'll be some laughs in it also, and then just a personal reflection on sort of the keys to what has made this journey as successful as it has been. All of you are a big part of that, so thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a great journey. And I want to again express my appreciation. The new episode drops tomorrow. Certainly invite you to share this with family and friends. I would say to you that this is a big, big deal. If you've got feedback, please, please, please. I'm open to hear. Always want to hear your reviews, your thoughts, your comments. Stay connected to us. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I don't know if you are subscribed to the channel, thank you. If you're not, by all means, it's not too late to do so. It's fantastic. Again, I'm excited. The brand new episode 500 drops tomorrow. I can't wait. Thank you all for spending the time with us here. Yo, be audacious. This is the Audacious Living Podcast. I'm Audley Stevenson. All the best, y'all. Take care. Have a good night.